You walk into the grocery store to grab milk and eggs. 30 minutes later, you're walking out with a cart full of stuff you didn't plan to buy, wondering how you just spent $87. Or maybe you're scrolling through your phone right now and there's a little red notification telling you about a sale that ends tonight. Your brain goes, well, I was going to buy that eventually anyway, and just like that, $49 is gone. Here's the thing, you're not bad with money, you're not irresponsible, you're paying a tax, an invisible one, and it's costing you way more than anything the government takes. My name is Ansh, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart people make terrible financial decisions. If you're someone who makes decent money but still feels like you're barely getting ahead, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, because today we're talking about the tax that doesn't show up on any receipt, doesn't get filed on April 15th, but is quietly draining thousands of dollars from your bank account every single year. Now look, when most people think about taxes, they think income tax, sales tax, property tax, all the stuff the government takes. And yeah, those are real, but there's another tax. Economists call it the mental accounting tax or the friction tax, but I'm just going to call it what it is, the convenience tax. And here's what most people don't realize. You're probably paying between $3,000 and $7,000 a year on this thing without even knowing it. Let me show you how it works. Let's say you need a new pair of headphones. You go on Amazon, you find a pair for $69, and you think, okay, not bad. But then you see that if you add one more item, literally anything, you get free shipping. So you scroll around, find a phone case for $15, and boom, you just spent $84 instead of $69. Now you might be thinking, Ansh, that's just smart shopping. I needed the phone case eventually. Did you though? Because here's the psychological trap. Your brain doesn't register that extra $15 as a real expense. It registers it as a win. You saved on shipping. Meanwhile, Amazon just got you to spend 22% more than you planned. This is where it gets interesting. Researchers at MIT did a study tracking consumer spending patterns over 18 months, and they found something wild. The average American makes approximately 4.3 unplanned purchases per week. 4.3. That's over 200 unplanned purchases a year. And the average value of each one? About $27. Do the math, that's $5,800 a year on stuff you didn't wake up planning to buy. But here's the thing that really gets me. It's not just about the money. It's about the psychology behind why this keeps happening. Your brain has this thing called mental accounting, which is just a fancy way of saying you treat money differently depending on where it comes from or what bucket you put it in. Money you find in an old jacket? That's fun money. You'll blow it on something stupid. Your paycheck? That's serious money. You're careful with it. A tax refund? That's bonus money. You'll spend it way faster than your regular income, even though it's literally your own money the government held hostage all year. Companies know this. They've spent billions of dollars studying your psychology, and they've built entire business models around exploiting these mental accounting errors. Here's what most people don't realize. Every app on your phone, every store layout, every limited time offer email, it's all designed to create friction between you and rational decision making. Let me give you a real example. You know those meal kit delivery services? HelloFresh, Blue Apron, all of them? They advertise these prices like meals starting at $7 per serving. Sounds reasonable, right? But then you actually sign up, and after the introductory discount ends, you're paying closer to $12 per serving, plus shipping, plus the premium protein upgrade because the basic chicken looks depressing in the photo. You're spending $70 to $90 a week on dinner for 2 people. Meanwhile, the same ingredients at the grocery store would have cost you maybe $35, $40. That's an extra $2,000 a year you're paying for the convenience of not having to think about dinner. Now you might be thinking, okay, Ansh, but my time is valuable. I'm paying for convenience, and that's worth it. And look, I'm not saying convenience is never worth it, but here's the question nobody asks. Are you actually saving time, or are you just outsourcing the mental effort of planning? Because here's what the data shows. People who use meal kits don't actually cook more often than people who don't. They just spend more money on the nights they do cook. The convenience isn't creating new behavior. It's just making the existing behavior more expensive. This pattern shows up everywhere. DoorDash, Uber instead of public transit. buying a new shirt because you don't feel like doing laundry. Individually, none of these decisions feel significant, but they stack and they compound. And before you know it, you're making $75,000 a year and wondering why you can't save more than $800 a month. Here's the really frustrating part, and this is where people get defensive. You're not even enjoying most of this stuff. A study from Cornell found that within 72 hours of making an impulse purchase, 68% of people couldn't even remember why they bought it. 68%! You're spending thousands of dollars a year on things you'll literally forget about in 3 days. Now look, I know what some of you are thinking right now. You're thinking, Ansh, you're being extreme. I'm not out here blowing money every single day. And you're right, you're not. But that's exactly why this is so insidious. If you spent $300 every Friday night, you'd notice it, you'd feel it, you'd probably stop. But when you spend $17 on Monday, $23 on Wednesday, $31 on Friday, and $42 on Sunday, your brain doesn't add it up. It just feels like normal life. Meanwhile, that's $488 a month, $5,856 a year on purchases that individually felt totally reasonable. So what do you actually do about this? Because here's the thing, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to never spend money on convenience. That's unrealistic and honestly kind of miserable. But you need to make these decisions conscious instead of automatic. First thing, track your spending for 30 days, not with some complicated app or spreadsheet. Just look at your bank statement once a week and highlight anything you didn't plan to buy 24 hours in advance. You're going to be shocked. Most people find they're spending 30 to 40% more than they thought they were. Second, implement the 24-hour rule for anything over $25. If you want to buy something, cool, put it in your cart, walk away, come back tomorrow. If you still want it, buy it. But here's what's going to happen. About 70% of the time, you won't even remember why you wanted it. That's not discipline. That's just giving your rational brain time to catch up with your emotional brain. Third, and this is the big one, automate your savings before you automate your spending. Everyone's got subscriptions running on autopilot. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships they never use. But how many of you have automatic transfers to your savings account? How many have automatic investments going to your retirement accounts? You've made it incredibly easy to spend money automatically, but you're still manually moving money into savings like it's 1987. Flip that. Make saving automatic and spending manual. Here's the bottom line. The invisible tax isn't one big purchase. It's 1,000 small decisions where you traded thoughtfulness for convenience. And look, I get it. Life is complicated. You're busy. Thinking about every purchase is exhausting. But that exhaustion is exactly what companies are betting on. They've built business models around the fact that you're too tired to think, too busy to plan, and too distracted to notice that you're bleeding money. The average American pays about 15% of their income in federal taxes. You might be paying another 10% in invisible taxes to your own lack of friction. That's the difference between retiring at 67 and retiring at 59. That's the difference between your kid having student loans and your kid graduating debt-free. That's the difference between financial stress and financial peace. You're not bad with money. You're just playing a game where the rules are designed to make you lose. But now you know the rules. Now you can play differently. Start today. Track your spending for the next week. I promise you're going to find money you didn't even know you were losing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If this video changed how you think about your spending, hit that subscribe button because we're going deep on financial psychology every single week. Drop a comment and tell me the last thing you bought that you completely forgot about 3 days later. I'll see you in the next one.